A Fortnite Tycoon map keeps players glued for one reason, the number always going up. And in Fortnite Creative, glued players are exactly what Epic pays for. So I'm building a Tycoon in UEFN, from a template, in under an hour. Quick heads up before we build. The playbook behind maps that actually earn, picking a genre, launch strategy, and growing your payouts, is my Fortnite Creative Revenue Blueprint. $29, linked below. Now, let's build the thing. So why a Tycoon, of all the genres you could build? Start with how Fortnite Creative actually pays. Epic doesn't pay per download. It pays for engagement minutes, the total time players spend inside your island. Here's the formula. Your minutes, divided by every engagement minute across the platform, times the monthly creator fund. That fund is big. Epic paid creators $352 million in 2024, the highest annual figure since the program launched. 58 creators crossed $1 million that same year. But here's the honest counterweight. Only about 4% of creators clear $20,000 a year. So the ceiling is real, and the floor is crowded. A Tycoon doesn't beat that math for you. It just plays the one variable you actually control, how long people stay. Now the key move. If you get paid per minute, the winning genre is whichever one keeps players playing longest. That's the whole game. And a Tycoon is built for exactly that. The core loop, earn, buy, expand, repeat, is a retention machine. There's always a next upgrade. There's always a bar filling up. Players stay to watch the number climb. On our own earnings calculator, Tycoon and simulator maps carry a 1.3 times engagement multiplier, among the highest of any genre. Let me be honest about that number. No single genre is guaranteed to top the charts, and rates move month to month. But Tycoons earn well, and they earn it through time on island. That's the lever we're building around. Stage 1 is template setup, and this is where a template saves you hours. A blank UEFN project is intimidating. A Tycoon template isn't. It hands you a working skeleton, a spawn point, a starter plot, and the earn and buy loop already wired together. Your job is to reskin it, not reinvent it. In UEFN, you open the template as a new project, then hit play to test it live. I'm not going to fake exact button clicks here. UEFN is a desktop app, and its menus shift with every update, the current screenshots live in the written guide on screen. What matters is the shape of the project. You'll see a level full of placed devices, a verse script or two running the logic, and a content browser packed with assets. Think of it as a furnished apartment. The walls are up and the plumbing works. You're just choosing the furniture. Before you touch anything, do one thing. Playtest the template exactly as it ships. Watch the loop run once, end to end, so you understand what every piece is doing. Then, and only then, start making it yours. Now the heart of it, the 4 systems every Tycoon shares. Learn these, and you can build any Tycoon. System 1, Droppers. A dropper spawns a steady stream of items or cash on a timer. It's your income faucet. In UEFN, this is usually an item spawner or an item grantaire firing on a loop. System 2, Conveyors. The dropped items ride a belt toward a collector. The belt is a moving prop or a volume that nudges items along. The collector at the end is where value gets counted. System 3, the collector and the cash system. When an item reaches the end, its value is added to your balance. That balance is just a track number, a score, held in a verse variable or an accumulator device, shown on the player's HUD. System 4, Buy buttons. This is the spend side. A player steps on a button, pays some cash, and something upgrades. A faster dropper. A longer conveyor. A whole new room. In UEFN, this is a button device or a conditional button. It checks you can afford it, subtracts the cost, then grants the reward. Chain those four together and you have the loop. Drop, carry, collect, spend, and every purchase makes the next drop bigger. That's the engine. Picture it themed as a burger empire. The dropper drips patties. The belt carries them to the grill. The grill pays out cash. And the buy button opens a second grill that drips twice as fast. Reskin those same nouns and you've got a space mine, a candy factory, a dragon's hoard. The wiring underneath never moves. I'm keeping this conceptual on purpose. Exact device settings drift between UEFN versions, so for the precise placements and verse snippets, follow the written guide. But the four systems never change. Every Tycoon you've ever played is these same four boxes, wired in a circle. With the loop working, customization is what turns a template into your map. Start with theme. Reskin the plot, a pizza empire, a neon city, a zombie lab. Same loop, totally different feel. Theme is what makes players pick your island out of thousands. Then tune the numbers, because a Tycoon lives or dies on its pacing. Two dials matter most. How fast the droppers pay, and how much each upgrade costs. Too cheap, and players finish in 5 minutes with nothing left to chase. Too expensive, and they quit before the first reward. The sweet spot is a ladder. Early upgrades come quick, a hit of progress in the first minute. Later ones stretch longer, pulling players deeper. That rising curve is exactly the retention we talked about. Then add upgrade tiers. 10 levels of dropper. Rooms that unlock in sequence. A prestige or rebirth that resets you for a permanent boost. Every one of these is another reason to stay. One more thing, and it's about discover. Your thumbnail and title sell the loop before anyone even plays. Show the number going up. Promise the fantasy. The map has to look like the Tycoon it actually is. I won't walk the exact menus for editing these values, they move between updates, and the guide keeps the current ones. The principle holds. Fast early wins, a long tail of goals, and a theme players remember. That's a Tycoon worth publishing. Now you publish, and UEFN publishes differently from creative mode. There's no in-game upload here. UEFN pushes your project out through the Epic Games launcher, and every build goes through a review before it goes live. So a few things have to be true first. Your verse scripts have to compile with 0 errors. Your island has to meet Epic's content and technical standards. And remember the 7-day rule, Epic wants at least 7 days of real editing activity before a new creator can publish anything. When it clears, your map gets a unique 12-digit island code. That code is its address inside Fortnite. Meeting Epic's publishing criteria is what makes it eligible for the Discover page, where the real traffic lives. I'm not going to fake the published dialogue, the exact flow shifts between UEFN updates. The written guide on screen keeps the current steps in sync. What matters is the sequence. Compile clean, meet the criteria, wait out the editing window, publish, and get your code. So what could a Tycoon like this actually earn? Let's put real numbers on it, with our free earnings calculator. I'll plug in a modest but real scenario. 2,000 daily players. 20-minute sessions. 40% retention. And the Tycoon/simulator genre, at its 1.3 times multiplier. The calculator turns that into monthly engagement minutes, then applies Epic's historical rate, roughly 5 to 15 cents per thousand engagement minutes. That's why it gives a range, not one number. Conservative, moderate, and optimistic, side by side. The moderate column lands in solid 4-figure territory every month, and scales into serious annual money if the island holds its traffic. But I want to stay honest. These are estimates, not promises. The rate really does fluctuate with the size of the fund and total platform activity each month. So treat the moderate figure as a reasonable middle, good months above it, quiet months below. And notice what actually drives the total. It's minutes. Session length and retention, the exact 2 dials a Tycoon is built to push. Look at the per thousand players benchmark right below it, too. At this session length and retention, every extra 1,000 daily players is worth another couple $1,000s a month. That's the growth curve you're building toward, and it's the whole reason this genre is worth your hour. That's a Fortnite Tycoon, template to published island, and a real estimate of what it could earn. If you want the full picture, watch this as a set. One video on how to become a Fortnite creator and get paid. One breaking down exactly what map creators make. This build sits right between them. The $29 Fortnite Creative Revenue Blueprint has the genres, the launch plan, and the payout playbook. Link below. Subscribe, and go build your loop. See you in the next one.